How can students actually make money without trading every hour for cash? I've been there myself, juggling classes, part-time jobs, and barely scraping by, wondering if there's a smarter way. In this video, I'm breaking down the top 5 passive income ideas for students in 2025 that actually work. By the end, you'll know exactly where to start so you can build income streams that work for you, even while you sleep. The problem is that most students in 2025 face a serious gap between their expenses and income. Tuition fees keep rising, living costs are increasing, and part-time jobs no longer pay enough to cover necessities, let alone allow for savings or investment. Many students rely entirely on active income, meaning they trade their time directly for money. This creates a cycle where there's no room to grow wealth because every hour must be spent earning enough just to get by. The stress of managing studies, part-time work, and personal expenses leaves little space for long-term financial planning. This is why understanding the importance of passive income is so vital, especially for students. Passive income creates a path toward financial stability without requiring constant effort. It allows money to grow while you focus on your studies or other important life goals. The solution lies in shifting the mindset from working for money to creating systems that allow money to work for you. Passive income streams can bridge the gap between expenses and income, giving students freedom from the constant cycle of working to pay bills. The first step in solving this problem is education, knowing what passive income means, why it matters, and how to create it effectively as a student. Passive income isn't about quick money. It's about building consistent revenue streams over time with minimal active effort after setup. This might seem overwhelming, especially with academic pressure, but it's achievable with the right approach. Students can start small, dedicating just a little time and resources to set up something sustainable, which will compound over time. A practical example of this problem and solution can be seen in the story of a friend of mine who struggled financially throughout college. He worked a 20-hour-a-week job that barely covered rent and food. Even though he had no savings and constant financial stress, he decided to dedicate 1 hour every day to learning about online business opportunities. He started with creating a simple blog about student life and monetized it through affiliate marketing. At first, earnings were small, barely enough to cover coffee and study materials. But over time, his blog grew, traffic increased, and the affiliate commissions became consistent. Within a year, his blog generated enough passive income to cover his rent entirely. He didn't quit his job immediately, but this extra income reduced his stress and allowed him to focus more on his studies while also giving him more free time. This example illustrates how passive income can solve the problem of financial struggle for students. Instead of being chained to a part-time job for survival, students can explore avenues that continue generating income even while they sleep or study. It's about using time strategically, investing effort now to create something that works later without constant input. Understanding this principle changes how students approach earning money. Instead of asking, how can I work more hours? They start asking, how can I set up a system where money works for me? To implement this solution, students should begin by identifying skills, interests, or resources they already have and exploring passive income opportunities that align with them. For example, someone skilled at writing could start a monetized blog or self-publish ebooks. Someone with social media skills could create a niche account and earn through brand sponsorships. Even small investments in dividend-paying stocks or micro-investing platforms can generate passive income over time. The key is to start early and keep the focus on consistency rather than speed. By addressing this problem early in their academic life, students can avoid falling into long-term debt and financial stress after graduation. They can build a foundation for financial freedom that grows with them, turning student years into the starting point for wealth creation rather than just survival. The problem many students face is a lack of clarity and strategy when it comes to building wealth while studying. Most students focus solely on earning through part-time jobs or internships, thinking that the more hours they work, the better their financial situation will be. While this approach may work short-term, it often leaves students exhausted, with little time to focus on studies, personal growth, or building long-term wealth. Another issue is the lack of financial education. Many students don't learn about investing, passive income, or financial planning in school, leaving them unprepared for managing money effectively. Without a strategy, students end up living paycheck to paycheck, trapped in a cycle of active work without progress toward true financial independence. This is why the second step for students in 2025 is creating a clear financial strategy that focuses on passive income streams. The solution lies in combining education with a strategic action plan. Students need to understand that passive income isn't about abandoning work, but about building income sources that free up their time. A good strategy starts with learning about different passive income options and identifying those that match their lifestyle, resources, and skills. Once students know their options, they can create a step-by-step plan to start small and scale gradually. The key is to begin with manageable steps so they don't feel overwhelmed. This process includes setting financial goals, allocating time for skill building, and leveraging digital tools to automate and grow income streams. A well-planned strategy ensures students are not just earning but also growing their wealth systematically. A real-life example of this problem and solution is the case of a university student I know who was struggling to manage both studies and part-time work. She realized that working more hours was not sustainable and that she needed a smarter approach. She began learning about passive income through free online courses and YouTube channels. After understanding the basics, she decided to start a digital product business, creating and selling study guides tailored for her fellow students. She worked on this during weekends and evenings, gradually building an audience through social media and word of mouth. Within 6 months, her sales began covering her monthly expenses, and her part-time job hours were reduced significantly. This gave her more time to focus on studies, develop her product line further, and expand her income streams. Over the course of her final year, she had built a small but reliable passive income source that continued to grow even after graduation. This example demonstrates how a strategic approach to passive income can solve the problem of financial strain while studying. It's not just about finding a way to make money. It's about building a sustainable system that aligns with one's lifestyle and future goals. Students who create such strategies gain more than just extra income. They develop discipline, financial knowledge, and a mindset that prepares them for financial independence after graduation. To implement this solution effectively, students should start by setting clear financial goals and identifying their strengths. For instance, a student who enjoys graphic design could create digital templates and sell them online, while someone interested in content creation could start a monetized YouTube channel or blog. Additionally, students should leverage tools such as automation apps, online marketplaces, and digital marketing to reduce manual work and scale income streams. Tracking progress and adjusting the strategy regularly ensures they stay on the right path and avoid wasting effort on unproductive ventures. The strategy also requires discipline and persistence. Passive income doesn't happen overnight. It requires consistent effort and learning. But for students who approach it as a long-term investment in their future, the payoff can be huge. They not only earn more in the short term, but also build financial foundations that can last a lifetime. The problem that many students face when trying to create passive income is the misconception that it requires large amounts of money or complicated skills to start. This mindset stops most students before they even begin because they believe they lack the resources, time, or expertise to build something sustainable. As a result, they stick to part-time jobs, internships, or gig work that only provide short-term income and drain their energy. Another issue is the overwhelming number of passive income options available today, which can cause confusion and indecision. Without a clear starting point, students waste time researching endlessly without ever taking action. This lack of clarity creates a barrier to building long-term financial stability. The real challenge is not only knowing that passive income is important, but also figuring out exactly where and how to start. The solution to this problem is to focus on a single passive income idea that aligns with the student's current skills, resources, and time availability, and then commit to building it step by step. Instead of attempting to do everything at once, students should concentrate on mastering one method, creating a foundation they can later expand. The key is to identify opportunities that require minimal startup costs but have long-term earning potential. This allows students to experiment without high risk while building a system that works over time. A strong starting point also removes the paralysis caused by too many choices. With a clear path, students can build confidence, track progress, and refine their approach as they learn. A practical example of this problem and solution comes from a friend of mine who was a final year student struggling to make ends meet. He wanted to generate passive income, but felt overwhelmed by options like investing, real estate, and digital products. Instead of trying to tackle everything, he chose to focus on creating an online course related to a subject he excelled at. He already had knowledge in the area, and the only investment required was time to create the content. He started by recording short lessons and uploading them to a course platform. Initially, sales were slow, but he continued to promote his course on social media, in online forums, and through student networks. Over time, his course gained traction, creating a steady stream of income. What started as a small project became a long-term passive income source that continued to generate revenue months later without additional work. This example shows how focusing on one idea allows students to overcome the problem of inaction and lack of clarity. By narrowing the focus, they can channel their energy effectively, learn faster, and produce results sooner. This approach not only builds income, but also develops valuable skills such as digital marketing, content creation, and self-management. The benefits go beyond the financial. They build confidence and resilience, traits that will help students in every area of life. To implement this solution, students should begin by listing their skills, interests, and available resources, then match them to a passive income idea that suits their situation. They should start with a small, manageable project they can realistically complete while studying. This reduces pressure and increases the chances of follow-through. Once the first project is established, they can optimize it, scale it, or add additional streams. For example, a student who starts with a digital course could later create related ebooks, podcasts, or membership subscriptions to expand revenue. Another important step is to use available online tools and platforms to simplify the process. Students can leverage content management systems, automated email marketing, or affiliate marketing networks to streamline work and maximize impact. These tools reduce manual effort and make scaling easier. Tracking progress with analytics and feedback also helps refine the process and ensure that the passive income stream is sustainable. By starting small and focusing on one idea, students overcome the mental barriers of passive income creation and gain a realistic, achievable path toward financial independence. The problem many students face when trying to build passive income is that they underestimate the importance of systems and consistency. Even if they have a great idea, without proper systems in place to automate and manage the process, their income streams require constant effort and quickly turn into active work. This leads to burnout and the eventual abandonment of projects. Another challenge is that students often look for instant results, expecting passive income to generate significant money immediately. When it doesn't happen overnight, they lose motivation and give up. This is often due to a lack of understanding about how passive income grows. It is not a sprint, but a long-term process. Students also struggle with balancing academics, social life, and side projects, which can make consistent effort difficult. The real challenge is not finding an idea, but maintaining momentum and efficiency over time. The solution to this problem is to focus on building systems that minimize manual work and maximize efficiency. Automation is the key to turning an income stream from active to passive. Students should look for tools, software, and strategies that streamline repetitive tasks such as content posting, customer communication, or payment processing. Consistency is equally important. Setting a schedule and committing to regular updates or improvements ensures growth over time. Creating a system means thinking beyond the initial launch of a passive income project and planning for sustainability and scalability. Students should view passive income as a long-term investment in their future, not just a quick side hustle. A practical example of this problem and solution comes from a friend of mine who started a small print on-demand store while in college. At first, he manually uploaded designs and processed orders himself. While the business brought in some extra cash, it was time-consuming, and he struggled to keep up alongside his studies. Recognizing this problem, he researched automation tools and integrated them into his workflow. He switched to a platform that automatically handled order processing, production, and shipping. He also scheduled social media posts in advance to promote his designs without constant manual effort. This system allowed him to spend just a few hours a week managing his store while still earning income daily. Over time, the store grew, and he was able to add more products without increasing his workload significantly. This example shows how building systems can solve the problem of burnout and time scarcity. By leveraging automation, students can turn their passive income projects into sustainable assets that work with minimal intervention. It also demonstrates that passive income requires ongoing strategy and not just a one-time effort. Systems not only save time, but also improve consistency, quality, and scalability of income streams. To implement this solution, students should first identify areas of their passive income projects that can be automated or streamlined. This might include setting up automatic email responses, scheduling content publishing, using analytics tools to track performance, or outsourcing certain tasks. Automation tools are widely available and often free or low cost for students, making them a practical solution. Consistency should be built into the student schedule. This could mean dedicating a set number of hours each week to review and improve the passive income project. Even if it's only a few hours, regular updates and refinements ensure that the income stream continues to grow and adapt to changing trends. For example, a student running a blog could schedule weekly content updates and monthly SEO reviews to keep the traffic and revenue steady. Another important aspect is creating backup systems for unforeseen issues. This includes having alternative income streams or contingency plans in case one source slows down or stops. Diversification of passive income not only reduces risk, but also strengthens financial stability. Students should think about combining multiple small passive income projects to create a safety net that grows steadily over time. Building systems and staying consistent turns passive income from a short-term experiment into a long-term financial foundation, giving students freedom and stability while they focus on their education and future career. The problem that many students face when trying to build passive income is a lack of focus on scalability. Even if they start a successful project, they often treat it like a one-time effort instead of building it to grow over time. This mindset limits their income potential and prevents them from taking full advantage of opportunities. Another challenge is fear of failure, which causes students to stop experimenting once they hit the first roadblock. Many give up on projects because they expect immediate results without understanding that growth takes time, iteration, and reinvestment. Without a scalability plan, a passive income idea will eventually plateau, leaving the student with limited gains. This is why students need to think beyond launching and focus on how to expand their income streams sustainably. The solution lies in adopting a growth-focused mindset from the start. Scalability means designing a passive income stream so it can grow without requiring a proportional increase in effort or resources. For students, this can mean creating digital products, using platforms with automation, or leveraging online marketplaces to reach a larger audience. Scalability allows students to multiply their income without multiplying their workload. The process begins with analyzing the project, identifying opportunities for expansion, and planning steps to scale gradually. This might involve reinvesting earnings into marketing, improving products, or expanding to new channels. Thinking about scalability early makes the passive income project not just an extra source of cash, but a long-term asset. A real-life example of this problem and solution comes from a student entrepreneur I know who started a small YouTube channel while studying. Initially, the channel focused on a niche topic, and growth was slow because he uploaded only a few videos per month with minimal promotion. While he was earning some ad revenue, he realized the potential for scaling was huge. He developed a plan to produce more content efficiently by creating templates and batch recording videos. He also outsourced thumbnail design and video editing, freeing up his time to focus on content creation and strategy. Additionally, he expanded his channel to related topics to attract a wider audience and incorporated affiliate marketing into his content. Within a year, his monthly revenue increased several times over without doubling his workload. This case illustrates how scalability transforms a small side project into a substantial passive income source. This example shows that scalability is a key factor in solving the problem of limited income growth. Students who design their passive income projects with scalability in mind create opportunities to earn more without proportionally increasing their effort. Scalability also allows students to reinvest earnings into growth, creating a cycle that amplifies results over time. This transforms passive income from a small side hustle into a long-term, sustainable income source. To implement this solution, students should first evaluate the scalability of their chosen passive income idea. They need to ask questions like, can this project be expanded without adding proportional effort? Are there tools or platforms that can help me reach a larger audience? How can I reinvest earnings to grow the project further? The answers to these questions will guide the scalability plan. For example, a student who creates online courses could expand by creating a series of courses, building a membership platform, or selling supplementary materials. Students should also focus on building systems that support scalability. This includes automation tools, outsourcing tasks, and creating content in batches. These systems save time and ensure that scaling doesn't lead to burnout. Scalability also requires monitoring results and making data-driven decisions. Analytics tools can help students identify what works and what doesn't, allowing them to adjust their strategy effectively. By focusing on scalability, students turn a single passive income project into a growing asset that provides increasing returns. This approach not only increases their income, but also builds valuable skills in business strategy, project management, and growth planning, which can benefit them far beyond their student years. The problem many students face when trying to build passive income is the lack of a clear action plan that connects ideas to results. Even if they understand the importance of passive income and have selected a method, they often fail to move beyond theory. Without an actionable plan, ideas remain unfinished projects, and students get stuck in a cycle of procrastination and frustration. Another issue is the absence of measurable milestones. Students start projects without defining goals or tracking progress, which makes it harder to evaluate success and maintain motivation. This leads to abandoning the project before it reaches its full potential. For students balancing studies, work, and personal life, a lack of structure can make passive income creation feel overwhelming. The real challenge is turning inspiration into consistent action. The solution to this problem is to create a step-by-step action plan with clear goals, deadlines, and measurable milestones. An action plan turns a vague idea into a structured process, breaking it down into achievable tasks. Students should start by defining their objectives, what they want to earn, in what time frame, and through which method. From there, they should map out each step needed to reach that goal. This could include researching the market, creating content, setting up a website, marketing the project, and tracking results. By working in small, manageable steps, students can make steady progress without feeling overwhelmed. The key is to transform the project into a routine with consistent effort and measurable results. A practical example of this problem and solution comes from a friend who wanted to start earning passive income through print-on-demand merchandise while in university. At first, he had plenty of ideas but no clear structure, which led to months of indecision and no results. Realizing the need for an action plan, he wrote down his goal of earning $300 a month and broke it into smaller tasks. He dedicated 2 hours every week to design creation, researched trending products, set up his store, and scheduled marketing campaigns. He also tracked his sales and adjusted his designs based on customer feedback. Within 4 months, he was consistently earning $300 a month with minimal ongoing effort. Having an action plan turned his passive income project from an idea into a systematic process that produced results without constant stress. This example shows that having a clear action plan is critical to solving the problem of inaction and inconsistent progress. Students who adopt structured planning approach passive income with focus and direction, turning it from a vague goal into a tangible reality. The benefits extend beyond financial gains. Students develop discipline, time management, and project execution skills that serve them well in their studies and future careers. To implement this solution, students should first define their income goal and timeline. They need to decide what they want to achieve and by when, as this creates a sense of urgency and purpose. Next, they should break their goal into smaller tasks that are achievable in short periods. This could include research, content creation, marketing, and system setup. Each task should have a clear deadline and a way to measure progress. Students should also use tools to keep themselves organized, such as project management apps, spreadsheets, or habit trackers. These tools help maintain focus and ensure nothing gets overlooked. Tracking progress allows students to see what's working, what needs adjustment, and where to allocate more resources. This creates a feedback loop that improves the project over time. Another important aspect is to remain flexible. Even the best action plans may require adjustments based on results and changing circumstances. Students should be willing to pivot when necessary, learn from mistakes, and continuously improve their approach. This adaptability ensures that their passive income project remains effective and sustainable. By turning ideas into structured action plans, students move beyond uncertainty and procrastination. They transform passive income from a dream into a step-by-step reality, creating not only immediate financial benefits, but also building skills that empower them to scale and sustain income streams long after graduation. We started by addressing the biggest problem students face, relying solely on active income and struggling to balance studies and work. We discussed the importance of shifting to a passive income mindset, creating a clear financial strategy, and focusing on one idea to avoid overwhelm. Then we covered building systems and consistency to reduce burnout and the power of scalability to grow income without adding extra work. Finally, we talked about turning ideas into a structured action plan with clear goals and steps so students can transform their dreams into reality. These 6 steps show that passive income isn't just a concept. It's a practical, achievable path for students who want to create financial freedom in 2025 and beyond. If you found this valuable, hit subscribe for more financial growth strategies like this video if you're ready to start your passive income journey. And comment below which idea you'll start with first. Next time, we'll reveal the ultimate student wealth blueprint for 2025, how to turn pocket change into a 6-figure income.